All right, so we got to make a plan. Let's make a plan. 1, identify the primary trend. Good? Did I teach this? Yes? Ready? Okay, number 2, are you in magnitude or duration? Did I teach this? So how do we know when we're in duration? The band should be near 0. Okay? Good? Okay. Number 3, look for entry points. Are you breaking out of resistances? Is that good? Okay. Number 4, identify your stop. Do not ever go into a trade without knowing where you're going to get out at the very least. Okay? You guys are asking me about position trading. Yes or no? This is not buy and hold, guys, or buy and pray. Okay? This is position trading. It means that if we are wrong, we have to sell. Got it? Okay. No anticipating, by the way. What does anticipating mean? It means na hindi pa nagbe-break na resistance, parang aakit na eh. Bibili muna ako. How come? If it didn't break out of the resistance, may hawak na kayo. Right? And you guys will be sasakitan lang ng tiyan ninyo. Does that make sense? Give yourself the leeway for prices to break above it. Right? If it breaks above the resistance, all those who are fear of missing out, sama-sama na rin sila. Does that make sense? Aakit din yan. Okay? Last one. What's the last one? Manage your positions, like I was telling you about earlier. Good? Our checklist is ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Tama-tama. 1 hour and 30 minutes na ako sakto. Okay? You guys ready? Man, no one's ready. Are you guys ready? Yes, you guys are ready? Okay. So, this afternoon, we will tackle your top 10 most requested stocks. Yay. Is that good? All right. And what I want you guys to do, all these top 10 are inside your worksheets, okay? All right. So, don't write on them first. You guys, it's so easy for you guys makakita ng blank na papel, the drawing na agad. Okay? All right. This afternoon, we are going to be tackling all 10 of these, okay? I left the most requested one, and I put it at the end, okay? Para hindi kayo umuwi. Umuwi na kayo eh. Okay? All right. So, are you guys ready? Okay, let's do this. Okay. Ayala Land. Aray. Lalo na yung Friday, no? Sakit, no? Okay. How many of you guys have Ayala Land? I'm assuming almost everybody, right? This is one of our most favorite stocks, and we still continue to like it. Okay. So based on this, identify your primary trend, right? Based on this checklist. Okay? I want you guys to draw the trend lines. Okay? First things first. 1, draw the trend line. Okay? You guys do it? So the first half is, ta-da! Okay. Okay so far? Okay so far? Yes? Are we good? We good? All right. Next. What's the second thing? Magnitude or duration? Today, we are in magnitude or duration? Duration going into magnitude pababa. Is that good or bad? That's bad. That's not exactly what we want, right? So we're going into duration into pababa. Is that good or bad? Not so great, right? Not so great. So the next thing we need to do is what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to look at the most ideal scenario for this stock. We're very optimistic people in general, okay? That's why we're still alive, right? And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to look at these share prices, and you have to look, if I don't have Ayala Land today, what is the most ideal place for me to be buying it? Where do you think it is? What are we waiting for, guys? What's the problem? Is there a problem? Break of So break of what? So there are two things that we're waiting to break. What are those two things? The first one is the trend line. The second one is the 200. Tama? Is that what it looks like? So what we want to do is the moment that this guy breaks above 200 EMA, that's the only time we want to buy it. Yes or no? Yes, right? So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to doodle what you think is the most ideal scenario that can happen in order for me to buy the stock. Right? So ganito tayo, pag nangyari to, ito yung bibilin ko. So if I keep looking at it, maybe this will happen. How many of you guys would like this to happen? Right? Does that make sense? Right? So every time you go into looking at a stock, you have to look at the most ideal scenario. How come? Because if that ideal scenario emerges, you are now mentally prepared to purchase the stock. Does that make sense? Because if you don't think what can potentially happen, you will never be prepared for it. Right? If you're thinking this is going to go to 36 pesos, sana hindi. Okay? If this is going to go to 36 pesos, you will forget about it already. Does that make sense? So you have to put yourself in, like I was saying, if this is one of the 10 stocks that you really, really like, you have to say, if this guy ever breaks the 200 EMA, I will be buying it. Does that make sense? You guys got it? And hopefully by that time, this is also divergent. Okay? Yan yung mga, pag nakakita ko ng chart, ito yung gusto kong mangyari. Got it? You guys okay so far? So, but today, what are we looking at? Are we in a good position or not so good position? Not so good position. Should we be averaging down today? No. Okay? When do we buy? Break of trend line and 200. Is that good? Good? Okay. Not the answer you guys wanted to hear, no? But it's okay. Mangyayari din yan. Okay? All right. Are we good so far, Ayala Land? Okay. Next one. Wow. Nawala yung ano ko. Nawala yung... This is MPI. All right. This is MPI. Okay. Okay. Let's start doodling. All right. So first thing we need to draw is primary trend, right? So primary trend is up or down? Down. Are you sure? So we start from the highest point, we go to the lowest point, right? So it looks like this, tama? Is it broken or not? Why did I draw my line like that? Because this is the highest point to the lowest point. You guys see? You guys see what happened? I drew the line from the highest point to the lowest point. You guys see it? The lowest point ended here, where my orange box is. Right? After that, we are now in up, down, or sideways? Sideways. Is that good or bad? Still not so great. Okay, how come not so great? We don't know where it's going to go. So if we wanted to buy this, where should we be buying it? Break of 200 day. So you can doodle all you want. This is probably going to take a long time. All right? So questions on MPI. How come MPI? What happened to MPI? Is that something you guys would like me to answer? Okay. So MPI has some regulatory issues, right? If you look at the underlying of MPI, the earnings of MPI, almost all their business units are actually doing okay. So how come share prices nosedive? It's because when they have arbitration, even if they win outside, hindi pa rin sila binabayaran dito. Okay? So this thing will be an overhang for MPI moving forward, right? As much as we actually like the infrastructure play and the build of Duterte, we still have, this guy has a lot of roadblocks in terms of the regulatory side, right? So it's very hard for us to be too bullish until that they can overcome that, okay? So more than likely, we won't see prices breaking above 200-day in the short term. That's the thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, okay? So, not so happy so far? No? What do you guys expect? You guys expect the market to be bullish, right? Okay. Yes? More than likely. Yes, I believe so. I believe so. All right? Okay, next. Oh, more pain, right? More pain. Oh my gosh. Okay. Kala natin 79, mura na, no? Okay. All right. So what are we looking at here? Primary trend, up or down? Down. So let's draw our line, right? From the highest point to the lowest point, which is the other day. All right. Okay. You have to remember something, guys. Prices are now down by, give or take, 11 pesos from the 200-day. Yes or no? So 200 EMA is 86. Currently, we're trading about 75. So a lot of people losing money here. Yeah, which means that prices going into 80 pesos. How many people are looking to lighten up? Some people looking to lighten up. If you're going to 86 pesos, a lot of people are going to be looking to lighten up. Yes or no? Yes. So the thing that we have to let you guys understand here is that in the most ideal situation, you want this guy to be selling into resistance. Make sense? All right. So let's keep doodling. What's the most ideal scenario? Sell on strength. Right? This is the most ideal scenario, right? Is that good? Is that good? Okay. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. Let's be a little bit happier. Okay. SM Prime. Of all the big caps, this guy's probably the strongest one. Yes or no? Yeah. Of all the big caps, this guy's probably the strongest. How do we know that? This is the only guy that made it way above the 200 EMA a few weeks ago. Tama? The problem is there was a rebalancing the other day, and then now we're back to the 200. Okay. So let's draw trend lines. You guys draw your lines? Does that look right? Did you draw the same line I did? Okay. Next. Are you in magnitude or are you in duration? Are you early in duration or are you later into duration? Early in duration, right? So when you see prices do this, you see when the MACD goes way above zero here. You see it? When the MACD went way above zero, that's a sign of overbought, correct? When there's a sign of overbought, the next thing that has to happen is duration. So the most ideal scenario that can happen to MBT, SM Prime is duration. So whenever I'm looking at prices, anytime there's a level of magnitude, the first thing in my mind, I'm waiting for duration, I'm waiting for duration, I'm waiting for duration. Is that good? Is that good? I want you guys to have that same thought process, that when you see magnitude, the next thing you should be looking at is duration. Okay? All right, next. Mega World. Magnitude or duration? So we drew our line already earlier, right? This is the example earlier. That's exercise number 1. Tama? And then we have this, magnitude. Yes or no? So what did I say? Every time you have magnitude, the next thing you should be looking for is duration. So can you doodle what you want to happen? Okay, I'll give you guys a minute to doodle what you guys are the most ideal scenario that can happen here. guys ready? Did what you guys drew, is what you guys drew the same as what I drew? Pretty close? Pretty close?